Right, hello. I think we are live. It's an interesting day. People in the UK are complaining about merchant fulfilled and how it's affecting orders. Are you seeing sales going down because of Royal Mail strikes in the UK? That's a really big thing that people are talking about right now. I do just want to kind of go through and 1 second. I'm just going to go stream on Instagram. So if you guys are here, drop your questions down below. Hopefully you should be able to hear me. I'm just going to change my headphones. 1 second. I might kind of drop off. Give me 2 seconds. Changing headphones now. Okay, I think that made a difference. Cool, you can hear me now. Cool. So I'm probably not talking so loud, but if you're here, do 1 second. So I'm going to show you my sales because my sales have really gone up. And by the way, I'll tell you one thing we are seeing in the USA. Okay, let me show you sales first. Sales to Q4. Look at this. Oh, get it right there. Can you see that? Oh, 1 second. Got a fly on my coffee. Get rid of that. Can you see? These are the 2 days right now. We're seeing some sales seriously picking up. By the way, for the last couple of days, I've been talking about changing my repricer. I've not done anything. We've not done anything. We're just seeing sales picking up. We can definitely see that. Look at that graph. See it? That's like 12 grand. Pretty good. ROI is pretty decent on that. I think we're running about 25, 30%. Don't quote me on that one. But I tell you the most interesting point we're seeing is that in the USA, we're actually seeing the prices selling higher than what we thought they would sell for, which is absolutely incredible. So hope that kind of makes like UK, they're going for about, normal, a little bit higher. USA, we're like, oh, they're actually going higher than we thought we did. So very, very interesting as well. But I'm getting a lot of messages right now. People saying they're wondering if like sales in the UK are not as good as they could be for merchant fulfilled because of Royal Mail strikes. So it does make me think, guys. If you are on Instagram, got you right here. Do let me know. I can see it. Obviously, drop your questions down below. Zimmery Patrick has joined as well. Fast Track FBA waved at me. So if you guys are here, let me know. But people are saying in the UK, merchant fulfilled prices are dropping down. Or should I say, sales are slowing down because people are worried about Royal Mail. Like things are just not selling or not shifting. That's the thing. Jack Knowles on Instagram. Hey, I can see you. Hey, Jack Knowles. Jack Knowles 17. I can see it. Let me know. Hi, guys. If you've got questions, drop them down below. But we can see. I'm going to share it with you. Look at that. I shared it earlier on. Look at that graph. Ooh, look at that graph. We've done nothing. We've not changed the pricing. We've not done anything else. You can see sales are definitely on the up. It's always been a bit up. UK, we see it there. USA, pretty much the same, I reckon. Should probably like have a quick look. Can I have a look at some graphs? My UK is a bit of a mess. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Like, yeah, I can kind of like, you can kind of see my graphs. If I'm not hiding anything. That's my kind of US graph. So you can kind of see like USA. Like it's not amazing, but it's really up and down, up and down. This is my repricer, by the way. I messed up on the repricer. That's my fault, not the sales, but definitely kind of steady. Today's okay, but remember, it's only like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon today, so we're not going to expect too much. Guys, if you've got questions, let me know down below. I can do them. Danzen has jumped in. Hey, Danzen. So how many leads do you have sold per month? So are you talking about like my Amazon Arbitrage lead service, or are you talking about my own Amazon business? If we talk about my own Amazon business, and by the way, the Arbitrage lead service has the same deals as our Amazon business. So the deals in my Amazon business are also the deals on my lead service. So I don't know about leads, but I know units, and obviously units sold in the last 30 days. You can see it right there. That's like 7,000 units. No, not huge. So it's like 250,000. So let's call it 6,800. That was roughly. And we did 272,000. So let's do some maths. People always enjoy mathematics. Not. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to look at my calculator, and then obviously I can do some wonderful math for you. Where is my calculator? So 2,000. I'm going to go let's go at 276,000 divided by, what did I say, 6,800 units. Average selling price right now is about £40 per unit in the UK. I think in the US we're probably like 60, 65. So it's definitely higher. But yeah, that's what we're kind of doing there. So let me know, obviously, Danzen, if that answers your question down below. That's something that obviously I'm really happy to like sort of, I think, if you're asking about the lead service or for my UK business, that's what we're doing there. So I think that's a really important point. 1 second, man needs coffee, lots and lots of coffee. It's a nice day outside today and I've been enjoying it. So need some coffee to refuel, should we say. So important point for you, if people are just kind of coming through, what's going on in my business right now, we're definitely seeing an increase in UK sales. People are talking about, and I'm seeing it right now, sales in regards to the Amazon businesses, kind of like merchant fulfilled. People are saying that people are very worried about very worried about the merchant fulfilled side with Royal Mail really having a slowdown. But then also as well, some people are talking about like resellers, like retailers also having issues as well, getting stock out, and all that, kind of being aware of like what's going on with the Royal Mail is going to have an impact. It's going to, and basically what they are also saying is because of the Royal Mail, the postal service in the UK, kind of like, really going on strike. That means that basically everyone else is just failing. Like, Royal Mail is the biggest delivery service in the UK, and the net result is that everyone else is just going to like, they can't handle when they don't deliver, so everyone's going elsewhere, and the net result is like, oh my god, it's like, like I can't really handle that. Let's kind of just jump back over to Instagram. I just want to kind of jump back over there. So we did have a question came through, which was Zimmery Z. That makes sense. I'm not sure if do you have a branch in the USA? How do I buy products in the USA market? So we sell in the USA. We have a lead service in the USA. So if you go to fasttrackfba.com/leads, LEADS, you can go to the US or the UK market. So we do that as well. That's something that you can look at and obviously do yourself. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, that kind of helps out. What else have we got here? Jack Knoll says, what do you do with unfillable inventory that you can't send back into Amazon? So a couple of things we do. Number one, it might be destroyed if it's not worth much money. Number two, we have an arrangement with our prep center whereby they will resell it onto eBay for us or even Facebook Marketplace, but they do take 40% of the gross revenue, which is like a lot of cash. So that's not easy from our side. So like we're really not making money on it. We're just trying to clear the stock or trying to get anything we can back. So that's it. So it does have an impact, and it is a really important point. But Jack Knowles, like the idea is that we have that arrangement with our prep center. We've even done in the US, we've liquidated stock as well through liquidators. Again, you're getting like cents on the dollar, pennies on the pound. That's it. It's really not a great way of doing it, but unfortunately, it's just the nature of doing business. It's like, oh. So let's have a go here. Danzen, so jump back over to Facebook now and to YouTube. Danzen, are the leads that you have the ones where you have to apply to be ungated? It's not as simple as that. It's really about you. Each account is different in regards to what they can and can't sell. FBA Gangster joins us on Instagram. Hey, FBA Gangster. And Fixer.ecom has joined as well. Dan, guys, if you've got questions on Instagram, drop them down below. I will answer them. So Danzen, are the leads that you have the ones where you have to apply to be ungated? Again, it's about you. Our system will know whether you're gated or not. So it will tell you if you're gated or not before you even unlock it. But what it won't do, heyfixer.com, Fixer.ecom, is the ones that it won't do is like it won't tell you if you can be auto ungated or not. You'd have to kind of, if you are gated, we'll know that, but we won't tell you if you can be auto ungated, or we don't like, it can't automatically tell you how to get ungated. That's the important point. But we give like a massive range of deals, so the system will tell you whether you're gated or not. Danzen, I hope that makes sense down below. Right, Abdulwala. That's right. I don't think the store list you gave out is saturated because you train. Don't you think the store list you gave out because you train so many VAs and give out the same list? Could be, but I'm going to say it now. Like those, like at the end of the day, if it is saturated, then the stores which are on the store list, which are saturated, will no longer be on the store list because we're not making money on it. But if then the other one is the fact that what's it called? So that could be like we try and build systems whereby they adapt. Like I couldn't make a store list today that will always be the store list all the time. That doesn't work. It's got to be like the store. So we're always updating that store list. And yeah, the one we gave out 3 years ago wouldn't be the same one today. Of course, it would change. But the one thing which I say is like it's kind of like saying, are the deals from Walmart saturated? Like you're saying you could say. But like 9 times out of 10, the majority, the biggest problems could be people aren't able to buy enough of the products to make it saturated. So all we do is we say these are the top online arbitrage suppliers who are giving us the most amount of profitability, or like the most amount of deals That's all they are. That's all we're saying in the top supplier list. So we can't guarantee you're going to they're not going to become saturated. They could be, but that's what we're saying. Hope that makes sense. But by the way, if you want to look at that store list and source from completely different stores, be my guest. But I promise you'll probably find less deals. That's the way it works. We know that we've just done the numbers. Let me know down below if that helps you. Fixer.ecom and Phil Pole has joined on Instagram. I can see you guys right here. Let me know if you've got comments down below. Hi, Thomas. Question regarding storage fees. If there is a price tank and you are getting close to 90 days in Amazon warehouse, do you sell at a loss even do a removal order? Generally never do a removal order, but I will sell at a loss if I need to. And if we're over 90 days. If I'm under 90 days, I probably won't. I'll just hold fire and see what happens. A lot of our systems are automated, but I do think the idea is you've got to kind of think what's working in your business and what's not. I'm just going to pull that. Can I pull that forward? Can I pull that down? Can I pull that up? Let's put it that way. Can I put anything underneath it? Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. So the idea is that it's going to be if it's close to 90 days, we'll just we'll probably just it's automated so that we never really see it. I don't have time to look through the deals like what you're saying. It'll either be before 90 days, we'll do something with it, or after 90 days, then it'll go into a different workflow and we'll be like, no, get rid of it. Cool, clear it down. And that's all we're really doing. That's kind of the point that we really make around it. So, but we will sell at a loss, or maybe do a removal order, but rarely do we do removal orders. We'd rather take a loss than do a removal order. Why? Because a removal order has cost to it and likelihood of damage, which is more cost. And then you've got to get into the warehouse, check it in, which is another cost, which then on top of that, you've got to store it, which is another cost. And then you've got to ship it back into Amazon or wherever you're going to do it and get it sold. It's another cost. Remember, the day, once you start adding up all those costs, you're like, I should have just taken the loss to start with. A small loss would have been less. So we generally do that. It works out much cheaper. Massive action. Yes, merchants slowing down, even multiple order quantities are cheaper deals slowing down. Yeah. FBA booming 400 orders a day. Man, Sean, you're on fire. I don't think I'm on 400 orders a day. What am I on? 224 today. So you're way booming me. Absolutely smashing it. Honestly, absolutely love it. But yeah, people are saying, I'm seeing it on what's going on. People are talking about receiving stock from retailers is a big problem right now because of Royal Mail strikes in the UK. But also as well, some people are saying possibly seeing that people aren't ordering as much from merchant fulfilled because of the worries around Royal Mail. I think that's a really important point. So do watch that space. Let me know how you're getting on if you're seeing a change because of the Royal Mail strikes. Also, it's really cold. I understand that. Not for me. I'm here at Cancun, relaxing. But I am on a live with you guys. So spending my Avios points. Amex points. Let's kind of go through. Graham, hi. Is it feasible to run an OA business on Amazon USA while based in the UK? Yes, I do. And technically, I'm based in Mexico. But I'm a UK citizen, so voila. My particular concern not being able to check the quality of what I bought to resell. My God, Graham, I really understand your concern. Honestly, I really understand. People ask me Tom, so what do you sell? And I'm like, I don't really know. I might sell stuff. There will come a point in your business whereby you don't actually know what you sell, and your business becomes bigger than you being able to look at the granular detail. It's kind of like asking Jeff Bezos, what does he sell on Amazon? And he could probably give you a range of good items that he kind of knew when he saw those kind of top products. But he wouldn't be able to tell you more specifically about it because he's just too high level. So when you think about it that way, the one thing is yeah, definitely you can definitely run a business without knowing what you're selling. You have people in place who are buying it and selling it for you, which is what I do. Sources and buyers, and they look at the data and they do the analytics. And then when you talk about the quality, two things you've got to understand. Number one is the fact that no one is perfect. Even if you were to check the quality, you'd still make mistakes. And then another one is that if you want to build a business whereby you are checking the quality of every product that you buy, then that is going to be limited. That business is only going to be limited by your ability to check products. And if you ask me, your ability to check products probably isn't a very good thing that you should be focusing on. Why? Jeff Bezos doesn't focus on all the checking the quality of the products in his warehouse, does he? And he has a very successful business. So what does he do? He hires people to check the quality of the products, and he puts procedures, processes in place. And then that result is that Amazon's boomed. So if you think about it that respect, the one thing I'd probably say to you is the fact that, really do think about like hiring people using prep centers. They know what they're doing. They're good. They won't ever do it as good as you, but will they do it good enough? That's probably the most important point. Like, I would say yes, they would do it good enough. So I hope that kind of makes sense, Graham. It's a great question. It's a really common one, but I do think hiring a prep center would be a very common thing. Andre KRM on Instagram, I can see you. The Hopeful Traveler has joined, and Camper14. Hey, as well. Obviously, good to see you. So let me know if you've got any questions. Let's kind of jump through. Simon Jones, what's your average returns? Oh my God. Okay, USA. Let's kind of do month to date. What's my return percent? Refunds, 5.43, 5% return rate, 41 out of 746 units. You got to think like returns are annoying, but the one thing you got to think about is it's really unfillable returns, which is a problem. That's the important point. And I'd probably say in the UK it's about 3 to 4%. So it's about the same. So not too high, but it's unfillable returns. They're the big problems that you're looking at. The returns are okay. You can deal with them. They're just a cost of FBA, which is annoying, but you kind of break even probably on that product. Simon, let me know if there's something down below you're specifically wanting to know because of the returns question you asked. Very good point. Anthony says, on the deals that are gated, would it be possible at least to know the brand so we know what needs some gating? I understand your point. We're probably not going to do it that way. What we're probably going to do is to say, this is in regards to this question, and this is in regards to our lead service, if anyone's questioning. So what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to identify which kind of brands and ASINs are really common ones that we have a lot of deals of. And then when you sign in, it'll be like, hey, we'd love to see if you can get automatically ungated in any of these ASINs. And we'll just give you a list and say, try them. And then we'll go through and detect in the background. And you'll click a button which say, I've tried. Fantastic. And then we'll detect that. And we'll just ask you to try them. And the reason is what we don't want to do is to try and do the, like for each one, you have to like, can I go to the brand and find it? It's a nightmare. It's going to take too long. Like, we just want to say, look, these are like 20 great deals we think you might gonna like. There's lots of deals available, 20 brands you might like. Try these ASINs, and if you are ungated, our system will detect it and then unlock them for you. So that's going to be a really good point. But that's going to take, that's part of the next development cycle. So we're just trying to think about a quicker way to do it, because I understand what you're saying. Like, then you can try ungating, but like, my God, that's a really long process. There's not a nice user journey. So hope that makes sense, Anthony. Like, we're trying to build a better solution for it. Koza74 on Instagram has joined. Guys, if you've got questions on Instagram, do let me know. I can see you on here. Drop your questions down below. I'm just going to put a comment in here. Drop your questions down below. I will answer them. Comment. Let's go. By the way, I'm in my hotel right now, and I think they're about to clean. Hola! That's fine. Sí, todo bien. Sí, todo bien. It's all right. They're like cleaning. They're going to try and ask me questions, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle of a live stream. So they're going to kind of do something fun. That's all right. They're running around. So if you hear background noise, I'm like, ah! Right, let's go through. Graham, if you were starting out again, by the way, Anthony, let me know if that answers your question down below. Graham, if you were starting out again, based in the UK, would you set up your OA business in the US or the UK if you could only choose one? Probably the US. I just see higher margins, more opportunity. But by the way, like, yeah, probably the US. But like, if I had lower starting fund, like if I had 5,000, I'd go 5,000 or above, I'd start in the US. But if I had less than 5,000, I'd probably do UK. Why? Because I'm a UK national, I could get more access to credit and lower cost of operations. Like prep centers are lower, accountancy fees are lower, Amazon fees are lower. Everything's just more expensive in the UK, so you need more upfront capital. But I think it's generally like the US, we see higher margins, more opportunity. It's a bigger marketplace. So that's what I would say. But I would say that if you've already started, don't chop and change. Just go get it built. That'd be my answer. Graham, let me know down below if that answers your question. People on the Instagram, let me know. CoCJ has joined as well. Hey, CoCJ. What have we got over here? Let's kind of go here. If you guys are enjoying this, hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. Obviously, let the algorithm know that, hey, I'm actually doing a good job for a change. Not just talking rubbish. Right, made sense. How much capital would you suggest starting off to buy products with one VA? Planning starting after selling after 2 months using your leads, hopefully being in profit this period. So most people probably wouldn't start seeing a decent profit until like at least 3 months in, I'd say. Why? Because it takes time to start like buying products, shipping them in, and then getting them sold, which is like 1 month to set your systems up, your Amazon up, buying software, getting the deals, shipping them in, and we're another month till they get sold, and then by the time the money comes back would be 3 months. So it does take a while. Like, we did a survey in our business and and our users, and said, how long would it be before you start paying yourself? And the majority of people said 12 to 18 months. So I just want to be interesting. Like, you might be profitable before that, but you probably wouldn't start paying yourself for that time. The majority of Amazon sellers says 12 to 18 months. But if how much capital would you suggest? I think, look, if you've got €3,000, okay. But if you're going to start off with a VA, I think you're probably going to need probably closer to 10. But I wouldn't start with a VA. I'd recommend take like a few thousand of that, invest it in yourself. Invest it in like getting started on Amazon. That's going to be really important. Just learning how to make a profit. That's the most important part. And the net result is that you're going to be kind of like buying deals, selling them, and then once you've done that with a few thousand, you know what you're doing, and you're profitable. Then you can look at hiring a VA, but don't look at hiring a VA if you don't know what you're doing. You're just going to put, you're potentially going to give your VA bad advice when they ask you questions. So I'd really, really think about that one. Let me know if that makes sense down below. Guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. I am here to help. Write me a hi, where you're calling from. Has anyone been to Cancun? I'm here at Cancun right now. Just also watched the Argentina game. The other one is people are complaining right now about merchant fulfilled in the UK. They're seeing issues. Getting stock from suppliers is causing problems with the Royal Mail strikes, but also people buying merchant fulfilled on Amazon is slowing down. Are you seeing that problem? Let me know down below. Hey, Tom, I think I've heard you say you have around 70 VAs. I think it's about 75, maybe up to 8. It was 85. We've kind of fired some, let's put it that way. Assuming half of those are working on the UK marketplace, is that number needed to hit your revenue figures? Hell no, not in a million years. Like, not at all. My God. So by the way, the majority of my staff, we've done something a bit weird. Like, the majority of my staff kind of do sourcing or sourcing related activities. That's a high part of it. And what you've got to realize is we have like the VA Academy, we have a lead service. When we had the lead service separate from my business, a lot of the staff were doing that side, which probably wouldn't be so relevant. So if Mr. Facebook user, if you want to kind of understand like a better analogy, if you want to hit revenue figures, see this business up here. This is the USA. Now, we did an average selling price of about $60 per item. That's a really important point, because if your average selling price is half that, then you're going to really achieve half the revenue, because we're looking at kind of like maybe, but like just be mindful. So like $60 average selling price. So in the UK, I think we're about £30 right now per item. But it kind of makes you think, if you're doing low value items, you're going to do twice the amount of work to get the revenue. So if this operation up here, 1 million, was just 5 staff, that was it. 5 operational day-to-day staff, all full-time. We had 1 purchasing manager, 1 admin VA, and then 3 sources. That was it. I built that to start with, and then I stepped out after 5 months, and 1 year later they hit, or like, I think it was 1 year later, like 11 months later, they hit the £1 million mark, or $1 million mark. So if you are interested in thinking of like revenue figures, and by the way, that's a really good analogy. I'd really recommend copying that model. 1 purchasing manager, 3 sourcing VAs, 1 admin VA. That's really going to support you in really growing that business. So that'd be something that I'd really, really recommend, rather than like thinking about like you need 70 VAs. You really don't need 70 VAs. Like, don't look at that number and think that's what you need to do, because you don't. That's the most important point. So Facebook user, let me know down below if that answers your question, or if you've got any follow-up questions you want to know. And guys, if you are on Instagram, let me know. Someone asked, they said it was a dumb question, but it's not. Do not worry. VA, what's a VA? Virtual assistant. It's a really important thing, a virtual assistant. So generally in my business, it's someone from the Philippines who we hire to do some work for us. Generally, they're a member of staff. They work for me full time. But it's probably going to be like, it could be anyone and anywhere in the world. It could be in the UK or America. Someone generally virtually online doing some work for you who are going to help you out. So it's like a member of staff. The VA is basically a member of staff in your business. That is it. So Facebook user, let me know down below if that's helpful. And on Instagram, recon is not a dumb question. Do not worry. VA is not a dumb question. Josh Wolsey has joined. Hey, Josh, on Instagram. So massive action. Don't forget, Tom, we do low ticket 2, playing around with SDK as well today. Fantastic. I've not been playing around with SDK, and I will just share with you, in case anyone's just joined, you can definitely see, this is my UK business, you can definitely see those 2 lines. They are much bigger than the rest of the month. Not like, not like insanely big. Like, they're still like 12 grand in sales. We'll get it right, Tom. There we go. 12 grand in sales. But the idea is that we have actually seen an increase in sales. So it's definitely picking up. I'm not going to deny about that. And we haven't played with the reprices for the last 2 or 3 days, so that's not really part of it. So Sean, really love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Sean, let me know what you're going to do with your repricer. I'd love to know that. We're kind of playing with our min maxes. If I'm seeing like sales are a bit slow, or I think maybe we can shift a bit more stock, I might tweak it a bit, play around with it. Danzen, is your fast track leads service? Is your fast track leads a service you can rely on? I would hope so. I would obviously I'm the owner of it, so I don't think that I would ever say no, you couldn't rely on it. Obviously, but I'd be quite biased. I wouldn't be like, no, I'd never use it. That'd be awful. Obviously, it'd just be lying. Like I'm not saying I'm lying, but I would never ever as the owner of it, I would probably say no. But one thing I do think is the fact that they are the same leads that I find. So they might not be perfect for everyone, but we're always delivering them the great quality. We always take pride in what we're doing. We have great customer service. If you have problems with our leads, you can literally contact support and get refunds. They're really, really good, very fast as well. I think we get lots of positive reviews about them. They're not going to be right for everyone. I promise you that, but you can definitely rely on them. I think it helps. Can you solely run your business off it? Well, we technically do. But most people like to kind of hire VAs, hence why we have the VA Academy 2.0. That's 10 leads a day you can get up on your own VA, which is really important. That's fasttrackfba.com/VA. That really helps as well. But again, it's just layers of the game. Start off with do it yourself, maybe use a lead service, then hire a VA, and then build a team. Build a team. That's where that's when you start getting to that's over $250,000 in a month. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that's fine. Let's go and jump through. Jay Kaplan. Hi, Tom. Asking a question yesterday. Oh, Danzen, let me know if that answers your question down below. Let's go through it. Hi, Tom. Asking a question yesterday about IPI, and you said how bad stock levels can possibly lead to a negative IPI. If so, how does this work in RA and even OA, as it can't always replenish stocks? Two things. I really understand your point. There are two things. Number one is I'll kind of elaborate a bit more. So if I'm doing OA, which we are, by the way, what will I do? Every time I run out of an ASIN because of OA and RA, because we can't replenish, I'll delete that SKU out of my inventory. Not close, but literally delete the listing. I don't want to see it anymore in my inventory. That's going to help my IPI score. The other one, which is going to help my IPI score, is I try and get everything sold within a 90-day period. If I have stock which has been sat there for over 90 days, that will probably cause a decrease in my IPI score. And that's probably the biggest thing. And that's what I talked about yesterday. Generally shifting stock is going to be the most important point. And you can see that if you go to Seller Central Inventory Planning, inventory planning, it's inventory and inventory planning, and then you'll see you'll be able to see down the bottom, you'll see 0 to 90 days, 90 to 180, 180 to 365, and 365 plus, I think it is. And you really don't want anything ideally you want to keep everything below 90. Over 180, you got you should get it. Got problems. Over 360, oh my god, what's going on? It shouldn't be sat there for a year. So Jay Kaplan, let me know if that answers your question down below. And Josh Warsey on Instagram, and I can see it, Josh. Just wanna, if anyone's on the gram, I can see it right here on the gram. If you're here, here, get it right, Tom. If you're on the gram, I can see I've got you right here. So let me know if you've got questions. I'll drop them down below. Also, I can't drop them down below because they're on this app, not this app. If that makes sense. So how often do you get the staff to manually go through and reprice your stock? Every day, effectively. We have someone who goes full, that their job is full time. They're called a repricing analyst. They do 4 hours in the UK and 4 hours in the US. And I think, look, let's just put it in perspective. How many active SKUs or how many SKUs do I have right now? Can I tell you? Does my app tell me manage inventory? Stay there. We have over 1,000 SKUs right now. It says 134 offers. So it'll be 134 SKUs. So we're going to do it every single day, 5 days a week, kind of every single day, 5 days a week, 4 hours in the UK, 4 hours in the USA. That's going to be the important point. So yeah, we go through that and reprice our stock 4 times a week. And then also as well, yeah, so that's the question you've asked, how often do we do manual reprice? I hope that makes sense. Sorry, my hotel is ringing. My girlfriend's on it. I have no idea. They're like, hey, what can I do? They'll have a conversation in the background. Ali said, hey, bro. Hey, Ali. Cool. Let's kind of jump through. Sorry about the noise. Adrian has said, if a website has a limit of 5 items per product, how often do you place orders not to be suspicious? It's up to you. Do you keep pushing it? Sometimes they're not really very, it depends on the website. I'd probably like post in a group and ask people. Like, I probably wouldn't post that. I'd probably post the question, "Hey, has anyone been banned from this supplier?" And then if someone says, "Yeah, I have," ask them why, what happened. And I think that's, and then you're going to learn if, like, do they really care? Like, sometimes they just keep going bang, 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 bang. Like, you put through like 100 orders a day and they'll be, "Yeah, sure." And what's really funny is they give you a call and go, "Would you like it all on one pallet?" And you're like, "Yes, please." So it's like, that works quite funny. So find out if the supplier is really strict, or is it just like someone in the website department's done that. That really makes a big difference. Guys, if you've got any more questions on Instagram, Vlazy44, let's get it right, Tom. There we go. Right one. Has joined. Say hi. So that's fine. And then we've got Danza. Do you know how many products you have listed per month to reach your figures? So we have 1,000 SKUs right now. I think I said that. I showed that a minute ago. But like, I don't know, we're probably adding, like, we'll probably change the whole inventory listings, but every 3 months. So probably like delete 300 SKUs, add 300 SKUs in every month. So I do have a big team, but that's like the way it kind of works. So hope that makes sense. Let's kind of go through. Adrian MC, how do you keep track of your inventory for reorders? So do you not too much out of stock? My team do it. So I think, one second. So the one thing we really do is we're always looking at what's selling. So we're always, like, in the USS, we have a process where we go through all our sales every single, like, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And what we're looking for is the fact that, are there SKUs which are really selling well? We can see what's selling and what's the inventory, and we can say, like, go find more of these, go find more of these, go find more of these. It's going to be really, really helpful. So we're always pushing that. That's like a key component of it. So my team are doing it all the time. And why? Because they're incentivized to drive sales and profitability for the business, because they get paid on the profits. So they want to keep these items in stock, and that's it. So really, just we give them all the data, and we tell them, hey guys, if you find more of these products, go do it. So we have those systems in place, we have the incentives in place, and we can just see it. And what's a really good measurable, because if you follow me, I love my measures. I'm talking about measures all the time. A measurable is that 80 to 85% of all of my ASINs are restocked every week. Let's be careful, Tom. Let's get it right. Of all the purchases that I make every single week, 80 to 85% of the ASINs we buy every week are from ASINs we've already purchased at least once in the previous 12-month period. So they are what we classify as a replenishable. And be careful, it's not that they're available all the same every week. We can keep buying the same products. We can't. It might be the case that it's available in February and then again it's in September, but we are constantly buying the same product. Or should we say, we're reviewing all our old ASINs. Why? Because they come back into stock. So hope that makes sense. It's a really good point. Valzy on Instagram says, how to become ungated in toys or topical category if I have top brands approved for ungating? Well, you might have brands approved, Valzy, but you don't have the category approved. So you need to get ungated in that category. So go find like a toy in the category which is gated in the category with, and you can get the receipt for the brand, and in doing so you'll also get ungated to the category. So you have to do it that way, but you've got to kind of get ungated in the brand and the category, not just the brand. Hope that makes sense, because you said that you're gating. There's really 3 types of gating that I'm aware of: brand, category, and then ASIN level gating. ASIN you really don't see, like iPhone would be ASIN level gating, but brand and category, they overlap quite a lot of the time. And if just because you're ungated in the brand doesn't mean you can sell in the category, and as a result you can't sell it. And sometimes you'll get gated in both, so it's a big no-no. So, but one invoice will get you ungated in that. Hope that makes sense. Adrian MC, and guys, if you're on Instagram, do drop a question. I am here, I'm listening. I have a nice coffee keeping me going. Adrian MC, do you run PPC? No, I do not. I don't run in PPC, unfortunately. It's not something that I'm, looking at doing. Why? I think it could really help. I think there's a lot of opportunity, but my God, we're still growing this business much more. Like, I can still eke out a lot more profitability just from the current operation without having to spend on PPC. I think PPC could be an option. I know people doing it really well in the arbitrage space, but just not for me, not my current thing. So not yet. Maybe one day. It'd be really nice if I could run it for my Amex card, because then I get more points. That'd be good. Let's go and jump through. Massive action. I copy TPP data into SDK, but SDK works on minimums, ROI. But I need to work out a minimum price and max price too, like PPP does. I'm trying to see how I think you can do it. I think, SDK does work on min ROIs, but you might be able to work on You might be able to change SDK to work on mins and maxes like things. I think that could be an option. I'd probably put a post in the SDK repricer group. That'll kind of help you out. That's a really good point. Yeah, I'd definitely look at that. I think that'd be really beneficial for you. But I don't like. I think that's an important point. And you can see how that works. So yeah, I put that in the group. I think you might be able to do it. But hey, well done. See how get it set up and see how it goes. I quite like it. I like the automations. That really helps out. Nice work, Sean. CJ Passive Journey. Finally got my Amex card. Well done. But kind of decided I should get a purchase 0% interest credit card for 12 months, which I can get for a few months and then use Amex when I know I can pay it back. Cool. Not sure what your question is. Or decided because you decided and you're asking a question, it's completely up to you. Like, I really get your point. I think, look, CJ, the one question I'm going to say to you is like, hopefully before you look, I say to anyone, if you're thinking about getting credit cards, don't get a credit card until you know you're profitable. Like, you're really not, like, don't do it. And then once you know you're profitable, let's just say, for example, you buy a product and you sell it, and after all your costs, you make 10% ROI. Not great. Like, you should be going higher than that, at least 20%. Even my level, like 3 million, we do 20%. So you should at least do it. After all your costs, you should be like trying to get that 20% ROI, and that's gross profits. Now, once you understand that, the next question comes is like, wow, I have a system, a business, a process, which if I put X amount of money in, I get X amount of result. And the next question just comes as like, you're asking, should I get a 0% interest credit card or use my Amex? Like, I get your point, but like, what you'll probably find is that you're making, like, how to make money now. And your next question is how can I find more money to help me make more money in my business? And yes, Amex is going to charge you interest, for example, or they'll charge you a fee. And pardon me. And the result comes is that you understand that on the one hand, Amex is going to charge you like 12% per year, but on the other hand, you're going to make 20% every 3 months. You're like, wow, that means like in 1.5 months, I've paid off the Amex card for the whole year, and then the rest of the year is just free money. Spend. That's why so many people do this. So it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you want to go get the interest credit card, fine. Go make some profit. Once you realize how to make the profit, you'll probably just end up putting all the money in. I hope that makes it kind of makes sense. But it really helps push your business forward. We got Jazz J97 joined on the gram. Jazz J97, if you're here, say drop me a hi, drop me a like heart, drop me a love on the gram. Let me know you enjoy my lives. It just lets me know that you guys are appreciated and my coffee was worthwhile. CJ Passive Income. I hope that makes sense. Let me know down below if it doesn't of the questions. Massive action. I make more profit at PPP as a certain ASIN only goes so low to fixed price using the PPP. But SDK is fast, but need to know my min max price like with SDK PPP test. Yeah, you can set min maxes in PPP. You can set min maxes in SDK as well on the ASIN level. It's absolutely fine. We do it. So yeah, you can do that and like stop it dropping down too low, and then it just holds. So yeah, definitely do it. And then also you make some good sweet dollar. Definitely. Adrian MC, hey, thanks, Adrian MC. Glad I could help you. Hit the like button. Give me a big like. If you like this, hit the like button. Just tell me you're liking the live. Give me some love hearts. I can see you on Instagram. Instagram, if you guys are liking it, drop it down below. I don't know if my screen's just frozen. Is it frozen? Oh, maybe it's frozen on Instagram. I'm like this. Ooh. Nope, none there. So let's going to jump through. We've got a J Kaplan. Okay, thanks, mate. Really helpful. Only 17 a minute. Hopefully to get over my business soon. Turns 18. Cool. Unfortunately, not able to get someone to open the account for me. Just leading at the minute. Okay, that's cool. No problem. Yeah. Honestly, and by the way, my God, like, do you know what's funny? I'm 36. Like, you're 17 at the moment, mate. By the time you get 36, you're gonna be driving around in a Rolls Royce. Like, you're gonna weigh, like, my God, like, starting at a young age, honestly, massive. I know you're like, oh, I want to get started now. Don't worry, you're absolutely going to smash it. Honestly, massive respect to you. I'm super impressed. Let's kind of go through what's going on. So I think my Instagram's crashed. If you guys are on Instagram and can see me, let me know. Am I still moving? I'm just kind of like, oh, what's going on? I'm not really too sure. What do we got here as well? So let's kind of go through Danzen. When you purchase units, you purchase them to last 90 days. No, we only purchase them to last 30 days, which is why if they last 90 days, we're like, WTF, man, what's going on? Let's clear them down. So we do 30 days purchasing. If they're there for 90 days, they get in the shop. Hope that makes sense. Mr. CJH. Danson, let me know how many you're buying down below. Are you doing 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, 200 days, 1 year? Let me know down below. MCJ, so when's the best time to apply for your Amex card if you're fairly new to UK limited company doing good numbers? But I know you usually look at time in business. I think like my advice would be like just I'd probably say wait 6 months at least. Ideally, it might be 1 year, but if you've done 6 months and your accounts, you've got some accounts made up. That's an important point because they're probably going to ask to see some accounts if they can't see public record of profitability. That would probably be it. So, maybe 6 months, just try and, have some financial accounts record. Otherwise, after the first year, you're going to be like, cool, we've now posted our financial year. You can see them, what's going on in the UK company's house, and they're going to be able to see that and know your profitability and be like, cool, we'll give you some money. So they'll kind of know. 1 second. Man needs water. Learn to breathe, Tom, and breathe. Cool. Oh, I think the cleaner's done. 1 second. Gracias. Cleaner's done. So, so I'd just say like 6 months, 1 year would probably be the thing. But if you're going to do it 1 year, get your things done. Mr. Luke Dugan's joined. Hey, Mr. Luke Dugan. I can see it on Instagram right here. I don't know if my screen's still working. I'm just going to refresh it. Let's refresh that one. Bang. Mr. Luke Dugan, Cosimina3. If you are on Instagram, let me know some questions down below. So you can do that. Massive action, turning on PPP back on tomorrow. Going to see what happens using 2 reprices. Oh, it's going to be a disaster, mate. They're going to reprice against each other. It's going to be a nightmare. One's going to tell it to do something. The other one's going to tell it to do something else. And it's going to keep going back. I would never do that. No, I'd never do that. I'd never do that. No, I literally we thought one of us was doing that. So what we did is we actually disconnected one through the Amazon Service Central. I removed the connection for that bit of software because we were so worried about that happening. Like it just doesn't happen. Like, don't do it. Don't do it, Sean. You're going to ruin your business, mate. You're going to ruin your business. Mr. CJH, by the way, let me know if you've got more questions about that down below. But just you want to apply for one. Also check your personal credit rating. That's an important point. Make sure you've got good personal credit history. I'll probably check that as well. That's an important one. Massive action. No, CJ passive income journey. But I have the gold business card, so you have to pay it back within a day, or do you get charged a bit on interest if you don't pay it back? You do have to pay it back because it's a charge card, not a credit card. That's why I suggested 0% interest card, so I know I can pay it back until you know you can pay. Yeah, so really the way you want to think about it, how do we so let's put it this way. Let's say, for example, you had £10,000 right now, or $10,000. It really doesn't matter. And what you're going to do is when you start the business, the business is only just started today and you put 10,000. So you're going to get all that 10,000. You're going to start spending it on stock. Now, you're probably unlikely to spend it all in the first week. So you might spend 1,000 a week for the next 12 weeks. Fantastic. So there you go. Voila, it's going to go through. So 12,000 a week you're going to spend. Now, in 12 weeks' time, the first week's products are probably sold and now they start coming back. So now you start getting the money back in again. So that cycle continues. Now, if you think about it, let's say, for example, we weren't making any profit, just to make it simplicity's sake, we were spending £1,000 every week, and then it took 3 weeks to come back, and then we got the money back. So it'd be like 1,000 outgoing every week, and then we get 1,000 coming back from Amazon, and obviously there would be profit on it, but that's it. Now, what we do with credit cards is we can do 2 things with credit cards. Number one is we can, should we say, use credit cards to extend that 13 weeks. So the idea is we can now push it out to if we got like a 2-month period, we can add another 2 months into that 12-week cycle. 12 weeks, sorry, not 13 weeks. So instead of doing 12 weeks around the circle, we can now do 12 plus 8 more. So that's 20 weeks. So we can now go around 20. So we can hold stock in Amazon longer. So now we can spend 1,000 every week now for 20 weeks, not 12 weeks. Or what we could do is keep it at 12 weeks, but instead of spending 1,000, we can now probably spend like 1,300, 1,500, because we can now do more volume every week, and then that money will come back around. And that's the whole idea with credit cards. That's that kind of what it allows you to do. Now, the reason why we really like Amex credit cards is 2 things. Number one is they have really amazing protection. All credit card companies have protection by saying that Amex are really, really good. Like any problems, they're just like complete customer service satisfaction. Don't worry about it. You're all done, dealt with, fine. And then the other one we like is that they have great rewards. Amex are probably one of the best people who do reward points. Their versatility and rewards, what you can do. And the rewards are generally non-taxable. So you don't have tax implications off the back end of it. So like all the reward points I talk about, you can just go on flights and stuff. It doesn't, there's no tax implication on it per se. So so that's why we do it. So the protection, the customer service, and the rewards are the main parts about it. Now, my kind of thought process behind it, and I'm not saying you should do this because I'm not an accountant, but when we talk about that kind of cycle of money, and we talked about 12 weeks, a lot of the time what people do is when they get like a credit card, especially if you're getting it personally, what I generally tend to do is just get that credit card. I will literally just get the money, maybe spend it all straight away, or maybe create an invoice on my business account and then pay that invoice off with the credit card to shift the money from the personal to the business. And I would just then deposit that money into the bank account of the business, and then I'd cycle it back through that circle that I've always done. Now, again, the circle could be 1,000 a week, or it could be for 12 weeks, or it could be 1,000 a week. Once you have the credit card, it could be 1,000 a week for 20 weeks, or it could be 1,500 for 12 weeks. And again, all you're doing is just cycling that money, cycling that money, cycling that money, cycling that money. So generally speaking, Amex credit cards are great for when you're doing the purchasing because the rewards, that's why we like them. And then what we might do is we might combine that with another credit card whereby it allows us to put more money into the cycle, if that makes sense. And it's a bit complex. I hope that makes sense, but it kind of just helps you out. So, and again, like it might be the case that you kind of, for us, we'll have an Amex and a Capital on Tap. Capital on Tap is a credit, Amex is a charge. So the charge, we're always kind of cycling money through. We're paying it off all the time. Whereas the Capital on Tap, what we might do is we might rack up the balance over Q4, sit on it, for like 2 months, pay the interest, and then in January we'll pay it all back down again, and then cycle the money through because we don't need it. So you can kind of just do different things with it. So kind of hope that makes sense. It's not easy, but there are, it does make a good point. Let's kind of go through. I don't know if this is even working. Is this even working? Well, it says it's working. Can I go back on this? Right, let's kind of go through. Facebook user. Hi, about an accountant. How is better to have it online? Something is also a better idea to find in person account. How is it more safe? It's not really about safe. As long as they're registered and they're accredited, you're going to be fine. So don't worry about it at all. Kosamina3. Hi, Tom. Hey, Kosamina3. So question for you. Really doesn't matter. fasttrackfba.com/tools. We talk about accountants in there. They can be useful ones for you. The other one is it doesn't matter. Like Olsen, some people like, some people don't. It's not a big thing. Go around, give them a call, find out the pricing structure. We use e-com accountants in the UK. There's no real big safe thing. Personally, I'd always want someone who knows how to do Amazon. They're going to cost you more. I promise you that. If you call a normal accountant, like one of the high street ones or just a normal one, like local one versus an Amazon one, the Amazon one will cost you more. Why? Because they know what they're doing. Like, by the way, like you can't just download a simple like income and expenditure statement from Amazon. It doesn't happen that way. It's like a nightmare. And how you got to figure it out, and your disbursement. One second, my TV is going wild. The disbursement you have in Amazon is not your revenue. Your revenue is much higher, and that can have tax implications. And if your accountant doesn't understand that, it can really mess you up. So I hope that kind of makes sense. But we use e-com accountants. Also, some people like, but have a look, fasttrackfba.com/tools. Jay Kaplan, haha, thanks, mate, really appreciate it. And the daily lives as well. Cool. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Like, by the way, hopefully I am helping you. Let's kind of do that. What do we got here? Zach Sugar and Spice. Zach Sugar and Spice, hey, good to see you. Kosamina3, young professional earner. How's it going? Let me know down below. Let's kind of jump through. Massive action. Are you taking money out after Q4, Tom? I may take another 10K out and transfer it into multiple incomes, or are you investing back into Amazon? I'm happy with just 800,000 to 1.2 million sales per year. Yeah, so I think in the US right now, like, by the way, it's been a while. I don't have it installed on my app, but I'm going to show you here. So my USA business, oh my God, when I can actually get there. I send far too many messages to my ops manager. Do you think it's funny that I have to get the sales graphs from my ops manager because I don't even have it? That's my USA business, and that was like, you can see it there. That's back in the beginning of November. Let's get it right. Can I do it properly? Yeah, there we go. 1.2, 1.1214. That's USA, by the way. Like, I'm really happy. Like, let's put it this way. That business will do what, 120,000 a month for them. If we didn't bother, they're going to grow. They're going to grow. I know that. Let's call it 150. What's 150 multiplied by 12? Get it right, Tom. 150 multiplied by 12. That's nearly 2 million. So we'll probably do like 2 million, 2023 in the US, no problem. The USA, we're on like 3. Let's get the graph out. Everyone loves seeing sexy graphs. I say sexy, and by the way, I'm laughing because mine aren't sexy. US is good, but UK, oh my God, you're going to see a disaster in what's known as graphs. Last 12 months, people, you're going to laugh at this. This is my last 12 months graph. It's going down, by the way. It's like, this is going down. You're actually going up. This is this month, so we're like on the 13th. We're pretty good. So like this will end up higher. So we're picking back up again. But like if you want to know, that's 3.2 million. So I'm going to probably just say maybe in like, I think we'll do 4 mil, no problem. Like if we're kind of cautious, 4 mil. So that's what, 6 million across the two companies plus fast track FBA. Like fine, yeah. So like if I take out 10% of that personally, or 5% would be 300,000 over $250,000. I'd be happy with that. So yeah, like I don't need the money. I'm okay. But I think the idea is just kind of like one of my goals I did say this year, I'd like to try and buy some property. So that's something that I'd like to do. Different income stream, continue to grow fast track FBA, continue to grow the businesses, but also there's so much opportunity. So we shall see what happens. But I don't know about like, we'll take money out, but other income streams. Tony Robbins talked about it. One day your industry will have a problem. It will drop by about 70%. And if you've got all your assets in that one thing, it will happen. So we're quite heavily involved in Amazon. So I'd like to just have some other asset classes, if that makes sense. But I think it's a really, really good point. Odds Octopus. That's going to go through. I've got about 7 minutes, guys. Drop your questions down below. I will get them answered. Let me know down below if there's anything I can answer for you. So what have we got here? I'm a sole trader. I heard that you could potentially be at risk switching the Amazon seller account over to limited company apart from resetting VAT and other benefits. Is there been like the VAT one's a massive one. Like it's really going to help you out. That's a really good one. Also, as well, just being a limited company is a lot easier tax-wise because when you're a sole trader, any profits you make, you automatically get taxed on immediately. Whereas when you're a limited company, the company will be taxed on the profits, but you don't have to take them, so you can hold them in there and not be taxed at your personal income tax rate. So your limited company will be taxed at its rate, and then obviously you can offset them. If you want to pay them as a salary, you can. It's your choice, but generally speaking, like I'm guessing you want to build this business up so you're probably earning more than £40,000 a year. So generally speaking, is like going the limited company route would probably be more tax efficient. Not saying it's exactly what we do. I'm not a tax professional, but the majority of reasons would say that that's the best way to go. Not necessarily all. Again, speak to an accountant. I'm not a professional. By the way, there's no risk. Like the only risk is that you might not be able to sell for a few weeks, maybe a month tops, if Amazon are a bit slow on the due diligence. But like, I haven't really heard any problems about that now. I've not heard a single complaint in the last couple of like year. Prior to that, there was quite a few, but like like it really, I think Amazon are much better at switching now. You can just do it; it works fine. So like, I don't really see any reason why you wouldn't want to. If that makes sense. And I think credit card companies are refusing me because I'm 20 and I don't have the best credit. It seems, yeah, they'll always kind of well, if your business, it depends on the company. Like most of the time, they might check your personal. It might be worth trying to do credit builder for your personal, get it back up again. Trust me, people don't realize this. Like, get and maintain good personal credit ratings. It's so important. Like, in the USA right now, every time I apply for a credit card, they're like, what's your personal credit rating? I'm like, I'm not a US resident. They're like, oh, not a US resident. We'll never give you anything. It's a nightmare. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it says I don't have the best credit. So yeah, get your personal credit up. But your company will have its own credit rating. So it does kind of help, but sometimes they will use the business one. They'll use just the business on its own. So I just build up your personal credit rating. Hope that makes sense. I've got one, but I want more. Yeah, keep going. That's the important. Guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. I've got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to finish on the hour. I need to go enjoy some sunshine. Look, there's like sunshine out there. It's called like Cancun out there. I want to go enjoy it. Well, hey, coming back to Tom. Thanks, bro. Cool. CJ Passive Income. Glad I can help you. Guys, if you're on Instagram, let me know questions down below as well. I don't know if I'm freezing. Maybe it's thing. What we got now? T. Clapson. Hey, Tom, why do you think the UK is suddenly going down? It's me. It's really me. I'm not going to lie. Look, they are going down. Let's cry. Come on, everyone, cry. Nope, not at all. The reason why they're going down, or they're not, like technically they're not going down, they're going up now. A couple of things, like during the middle of the year, we did a change, or my ops manager did a change where he tried to focus on profitability more than profit, which is absolutely fine, but he went way too far on the profitability side. Like we were sourcing at like 15 to 20% ROI, and he said, right, let's try and source at like 35% ROI, which was like, we just couldn't, like, I wasn't really watching it well enough. And I was like, until we realized like, whoa, what was going on? But like, you just couldn't source enough deals to deal with the volume of cash that we needed to manage to maintain our business. And the net result was that we just purchases dropped, and as a result, purchases dropped, our sales dropped, and then it just drove a spiral effect. And then we did the merge of the lead service, which caused quite a few hiccups, and we had to rechange everything because everyone was just sourcing from the same stores, which caused another problem. So we changed the whole team around, and now we have the whole new structure that we work to, and we implement the training from the Seller Academy, which is what we do as well. And like now, like, by the way, this is like, now. Yeah, this is that's the wrong way. But if I were to show you, get it right, Tom. If I show you the last 30 days, we're definitely going up. I know that trend's going up. So like, and by the way, we've hit new records. So like gross profit, we've hit new records in actual spend. We've hit new records. I mean, the last 3 weeks, we've spent. 1 week I remember 72,000, 75,000, and 86,000. That's spend in 1 week, which is incredible. So those numbers are going to come back and support us in our business, but not yet. They just take time to come in. So we're definitely seeing them. It takes time, but we will get that. So they were going down, but they're not anymore. They're actually going back up again. But it's a really good question. But hopefully you understand also that I'm being quite open and honest about it. A lot of people will be like, look at my Lamborghini. Here's my sales going up, or like something, but they're not. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Let's kind of jump through massive action. Definitely spread money around and not put all your money in one basket. Want some lodgers soon? Yeah, you mentioned that. You have to tidy up the house, Sean. You have to tidy up the house. I've been there. I've been to your house. I've got video evidence of it. I'm like, so you need to tidy up the house. It's not going to work. You can hire someone to do it. OP, I've been going over the USS. Is your team able to connect it to Google Sheet? Is it to Google Sheet my prep center use, or to a software like Adventure? Yeah, we do. Like, speak to the USS. You can book in calls. We have like we can do custom sheets for like prep centers. We've done loads of them. So you literally just kind of copy from one sheet, the USS sheet, which is in the same format as your prep center, straight over to your prep center. It takes like 2 seconds, really, really quick. And I think we have add-ons that we've used around Inventory Labs. So people who've got it, like if they have certain things they like to do, uploading, downloading, we can do that as well. We have actually API connections into SDK, so it's like one click it uploads to SDK, very similar to Inventory Labs. But I think that's a really important point. But yeah, we can definitely do it. So you can book a call, by the way, if you're worried. Go to fasttrackfba.com/USS. You can book a call with my team, and they'll explain what they can and can't do before. If you can't see it, then just talk in the chat head down the bottom right. They'll help you out. The USS, that's going to support you. But we'll just let you know like what you can do, and you can speak to the actual team who support it. And that's Patrick and Kim, and they're the guys who will really help you out. Guys are going to go through, but your profit's gone up while your sales are down, ain't they, Tom? Yeah, like we're way more profitable now than versus last year. So yeah, really, really happy with that. OP, got it. Thank you. Fantastic. Guys, I am going to wrap it up there. I do want to go and enjoy the rest of the day. So if you want to join me, ask me questions, ask me same time tomorrow. Hit the like button, hit the love button. Give me some love hearts. Give me some likes if you like the stream. If there's anything else I can do to support you, I really like that as well. But I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for joining me on the live, sharing your time. It's really appreciated and helpful. Hopefully, I'm glad I can help you out with your journey and what you're doing. Yeah, let me know. And obviously keep smashing the Amazon business. So yeah, I will do it. Terry, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I'll see you same time tomorrow, guys. Stay safe. Bye bye. I should do a little animation. Bye.